Okay, today we are playing a game on Volsky Industries. We are playing Reinhardt the entire way through, and there is no SR for today's game because it was a placement game. We are also on the console today, so consider yourself forewarned. So let's start the game. So Hanzo's up on top of the building, and that's, you know, inconvenient. Mercy did that. And their other healer is Lucio. So we basically want to push ourselves in as hard as we possibly can right now, because Lucio ain't good enough. So we've spotted Hanzo. We want Hanzo dead. That's a noble endeavor and all, but the majority of our team are fighting over here. I would have been more concerned with that than just the Hanzo off on the left-hand side. Hanzo's fucking dead now. Caught a glimpse of him as we were walking through that doorway, and now he's fucking dead, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. So, easy enough. Their Mercy basically gave us that one. Well, with Mercy Lucio, given how we got through the doorway, you know, and just started hitting them, even if Mercy was alive, it would have been relatively difficult for them to keep up healing-wise regardless, but with just Lucio around, it's pretty fucking free. So a lot of the enemy team overextending massively right now. Soldier was actually on our left-hand side. I don't know if you saw that one. He's not actually going to die, is he? Because he still hasn't shown up in the kill feed. Look there, he's slowly going off to the left, being spooked by Reaper, because he was behind him and then just like sprinted over that way. We're more concerned with the front line, of course, but you know, that was interesting. Turns out Lucio's back there as well, because he just killed Reaper. So there's two people behind us right now. And Soldier just died. I don't know if we actually knew any of that was happening behind us. So there were like two real ways to deal with that situation, which were basically there's two people behind us, four people in front of us. The correct way you deal with any kind of like pincer movement like that is, and it wasn't really a pincer because like Soldier just kind of ran out that way. It seems a little too generous to imply there was that level of thought put into the maneuver. But the way you deal with that kind of situation is you pick one side of the pincer and you just collapse on it as hard as you possibly can. Because you're either fighting just two people or four people. Either way, you've got more than them. Would have been easier for us to just turn on the Soldier and the Lucio. We were more concerned with the front line when we just saw Soldier there, but like eventually they backed up through the choke point again. And then we could have turned around to help with that situation behind us and then come in here with the two people dead. I'm not certain we knew it was even happening behind us. We should not have done that. Definitely not. The email referenced the charge that we knew was really bad. I'm going to assume it was that one, because that was not a wise decision. Lucio did use sound barrier. That's likely what prompted it, but still wasn't a good idea. So we're getting back now. Half our team just died in there, so we'll be doing nothing now. Don't peek, thank God. I was wondering if we were gonna peek or peek and throw Fire Strike. Either way, no do. But we didn't do either of those things. Here comes Lucio. We were very hesitant to swing at him. We definitely could have, because what's the worst he was gonna do from that situation? And the rest of their team was still in the choke point at the time, so we could have tried to get that Lucio a little bit harder, but he was wall riding, you know, he was playing Lucio, so would have been hard to get the kill regardless. So we did Earth Shatter the bad men. Tragically, we were not able to convert that. We did get a lot of people. I'm going back like 30 seconds, I know, but like, why didn't we kill any of these people? I know, I've gone back a long way. I should have just paused it, but I was following a train of thought and didn't think about it. Biofield's honestly doing a lot of work. And Lucio's song was still active. Are like half our team dead right now? There's Reaper. And Moira and Lucio are in the area. Reaper just fucking dies, so, you know. Where's everybody else right now? Lucio heard Tac Visor and just kept going. Yeah, so the other two were still regrouping, because I could only see 4 people during that. Roadhog's here now, so basically Biofield did, like, a lot of work keeping them alive, to be honest with you, plus Lucio's aura. Yeah, it looks like 2 of our team were still dead at the time when we actually did that. So, not exactly optimal timing. Now, it was a very juicy shatter. I'll give you that one. It must have felt incredible. But, tragically, it didn't actually convert into anything. I just realized, thinking back on what we saw, there was a more efficient way to use Fire Strike during that as well. But I'm not going to go back like a minute to do that one now. Basically, we could have stepped to the side a little bit and Fire Striked across a couple more people than we actually did. If I'm remembering it in my mind's eye correctly. Again, I'm not going to back like a minute for that one now. Is you know, what a disaster it's been. This is what happens when you have a tremendously short attention span like me. So we missed sound barrier happening behind us, but it was to kill Orisa, which was a worthwhile trade as far as I'm concerned. Who did we even Earth Shatter? Was that just Lucio? Who did we Earth Shatter? No, that's our Lucio. It's Mercy? Who did we Earth Shatter that was, like, right next to us? I can't tell because the bitrate goes to shit with all the particle effects on the screen. I think that's Mercy, mostly just because of the gun I can hear in my ear more than what I can actually see on the screen, to be honest with you. Either way, this was not a fantastic Earth Shatter. It didn't exactly convert into very much. It strikes me as probably being like a panic reaction to being in the Graviton when we could have just continued to hold the shield, to be honest with you, and probably gotten out of that in a better position. Either way, like, being in the Graviton was kind of the mistake by itself. We sort of walked into it a little bit. Also, we would have had to have reacted a little bit to it, but we kind of walked into that one. So we're back now. We caught half the point anyway. That's fine, whatever. Gotta be real careful when we take our shield down. Didn't get the tire. We tried. It was a good attempt. We knew where he went to use Rip Tire, so we tried to Fire Strike it as it came around the corner, but you're doing it blind, you know. It's more, you gotta feel the Rip Tire coming more than anything else, and we did not feel the Rip Tire adequately. Such is life. I think I was gonna say something, but I've forgotten what it was. You know, it couldn't have been that important, could it? So, you know, Mercy and Lucio are throwing right now. Fantastic news. Tragically, Moira's dead right now. This is a little overzealous. I would have rather we kept hopping in just because that charge was really long range and therefore unlikely to actually hit anybody regardless. And with Moira dead, charging like that is pretty spooky because we ain't going to be getting healed in the near future. Moira's back now, thank goodness. I was wondering if we were just gonna Earth Shatter the Lucio right there, to be honest with you. I won't lie, I would have thought about it. The charge here... We did actually kill 2 people with the charge. Oh, we must have bumped Junkrat off, because he took a long time to die. Oh yeah, he did. You could just about see it. Because that's Junkrat. Hold on, let me start the pen. Because I forgot to start the pen again. I know. That's Junkrat right there. So, let's slow this boy down. Just because, like, look, what happens to Junkrat here is extremely sad, okay? We charge. There goes Junkrat. Bounces off the wall. And then just barely falls over the cliff in the background. Oh. What an absolute tragedy. Just barely did the physics engine decide to kill Junkrat right there. I would have been mad if I was saying, I didn't... Jesus Christ. I didn't even get pinned. I just got bumped a fucking 1,000 miles. He had to ricochet off the wall to fall. I was going to say something else, but I was just so distracted by how absolutely tragic Junkrat's death was. Anyway, alright. Whatever. So, we managed to capture the point. We've got a minute to spare. Hooray. Fantastic. That means we can't get locked into one of those positions where we can't win anymore. So that's fantastic news. You know, we'll always get our turn to attack again after this, because if you finish in overtime on a 2CP map and the other team finishes with more than a minute, you do not get your time extension. Or a hybrid map, also the same thing. Payload doesn't work that way. Reaper did a big no-no. Reaper just tried to Wraith form straight through the doorway. It didn't work. Mercy has made some questionable decisions already, so her deciding to do that right there comes as no shock to me anymore. So Winston's on the point behind us. Goddamn, I didn't want us to have to go back and deal with that situation, but evidently we should have. Damn, Fortify lasts so long. Man, I would have charged at the exact same time and been just as mad. You know, like, I'm surprised every time by how long Fortify lasts, and it just barely lasted long enough to block that pin. I would have been sad for the exact same reason. Reaper's doing it again, where he's engaging with Wraith form. Don't do that. Don't engage with Wraith form. So I didn't want us to have to come back and deal with the Winston situation. He had to have been back there because he killed the Genji. But because with the main tank, you know, we wanted to stay and deal with the choke point. It's very upsetting that all happened. Here, we are not allowed to start swinging into Reaper yet. We can see he's being bullied by Mei. Just wait till he's frozen. Don't risk it. You know, he's, like, gonna get frozen. We just saw him use Wraith form. There's no way he gets out of that situation. Just wait for him to get frozen. Don't take the risk of getting chunked by Reaper. Because it's not exactly a very high risk, you know, or a very low risk. Like, right, we're a big boy. Reaper's got shotguns. He's gonna hit us if we start swinging into him. And, you know, what's the risk reward of that? Taking, like, 300 damage in exchange for doing 75 damage to Reaper, who will die about half a second sooner. Not a very good risk-reward proposition. So, we get back in time to participate in this fight again. We are basically flanking right now, which I'm not too excited about, but it's a little baby flank, so we'll not be too upset about it at the same time. We have managed to build up Earth Shatter now. We don't need to use it. Half their team's dead, so they've lost this team fight regardless. Start holding shield. We got very low right there. Could have gone in a little bit sooner than that. Could have started swinging like a second or so faster, but by that point it's a fairly minor nitpick. We were going to kill those boys regardless. So now we have Earth Shatter ready for the next fight. We only feasibly need to win 2, maybe 3 more fights to actually win the game at this point. So having Earth Shatter hopefully guarantees us one of those team fights that we need to win. Mercy's just popped Valkyrie really early. Reaper spinning on us. We were not ready for that one. I didn't know Reaper was behind us. Let me put the ear on. Let me see if I can hear Reaper teleporting. No, I think I heard Reaper. Go back even further. Could I hear Reaper? I went back way too far for this, I know. No, I didn't hear Reaper teleport. I did hear him jump down behind us. I heard the from him hitting the ground, but I couldn't hear him teleport behind us. And I was so busy listening, I wasn't looking, but I didn't see Reaper prior, so, you know. Sad days. We were a little far up. We were, like, fighting, like, in the bridge, or, like, just about outside the choke point by that point. So we were a little bit further up than we should have been, but probably doesn't change the outcome of that situation. Might have been worth using the Earth Shatter just to try and stop the Reaper, but given we were in the lamp, we saw Mei frozen. You know, probably figured that would be enough, which is, to be honest with you, fair enough, also. So we lost the first checkpoint, not the end of the world. Volskaya, you kind of expect... Oh, just in time. Actually, no, he died regardless. I don't think that actually did boost the Fire Strike. So this was a dramatic overcommittal of resources. We just used 4 ultimates to win that fight right there. We didn't use ours, so that's good. You know, we didn't double down on it, but we just threw a lot of ultimates onto that. And the easiest way to throw on defense is to overcommit a bunch of ultimates to a team fight. Because then the attacking team comes back with 4 ultimates, you used 4 ultimates. Well, now you've got 1 or 2 ultimates to fend off their 4 ultimates, and you lost. You know, they weren't us. We have no control over that, such is life. What we are doing right now is one of those dramatic risk situations for extremely low payoff. Because we're swinging into these boys. What are we gaining out of this? We already have our ultimate. We're not going to kill these people. We're fighting way outside of the choke point right now. So the potential benefit here is doing some poke damage to them, which they will easily heal because they aren't even through the choke point yet. And the risk is death. This is not a very good risk-reward proposition that we're going for right here. We end up being dramatically punished. We only just barely survived to begin with. You know, we're very lucky to be alive at all. Being out like that far up is not necessarily the end of the world. Like, it's usually fairly easy to retreat from there, but the swinging into them around the corner, nah, that's inviting a lot of trouble at that point. Tried to pin him, got bumped right as it happened, unfortunate. This is where we just try and stand in the doorway right now. Mercy, we are a big boy. Mercy cannot fit through this doorway if we stand in the fucking doorway right now. Instead, we go in to start swinging at her, and she just barely skates over our head. If somebody puts themselves in that room, and you're playing a tank, stand in the doorway. They can't get out. They just can't do it. In general, Volskaya's doorways are very good for bullying people in. They can sometimes just about slip past you if they get the angle right, but we're big boy, you know. Just stand in the doorway and don't let Mercy get out. She's gonna run out, like, when you box somebody into a small room and you're playing a tank, they start trying to push through you. You don't have to worry about going in to hit them. They're like, I gotta get out, it's dangerous in here, he's got me in the fucking corner. But they can't get out. So, amplification matrix is there. We were showed a tremendous amount of self-restraint in not just immediately fire striking through it, which I would have done, just hoping someone comes around one of those 2 corners, to be honest with you. And mostly because I'm also thinking if they come through that doorway, I'm just going to earth shatter them regardless. And if I get somebody with this fire strike as they come round, like, that's it. Easy peasy. Fairly minor point, like, we're winning that team fight basically regardless of what we do. Don't need to fire strike right there. We've already got earth shatter built up. That fire strike didn't do anything. So this boy's trapped now. He, you know, oh, fuck. Oh, spooky. Yep, we died to that. Unfortunate. There probably doesn't matter, but it does get a little bit sketchy. Genji's using Dragon Blade. Hopefully that's enough. Nope, Genji ate shit. Didn't kill anybody. Nah, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna get out here and take part in this fight, as long as the 2 healers don't do anything, like, ridiculous right now. Nah, it's all good. Now we're back. We got Earth Shatter. 50 seconds left. We don't need to do a lot to win from this point. We just decide to Fire Strike right here, or to Earth Shatter right here. Just pin this boy. Just pin one of these 2. I don't really care which one we pin. The biofield, it's gonna add too much time to actually kill them, as we see right here. Just pin one of them. I understand not wanting to, but biofield fucks you up like that when you've used Earth Shatter on them. Because you're usually gonna need to get another swing in to actually kill them, and more often than not, that's enough time for somebody to get up and get away. Like, imagine if that wasn't Soldier we were trying to kill in there. Imagine we've got other people in there and we're trying to kill, like, a Genji, you know? He just lives, right? He just dashes away from us and lives. Biofield fucks you up like that. Just pin one of them. Doesn't really matter which one. They would have died regardless. Soldier's like the safe bet. It's usually better to remove the DPS before you start worrying about the tanks, but we had the opportunity to pin Orisa free of... no, stay in the lamp. Free of worrying about Fortify. So that would have also been a fairly worth it pin at the same time. So now, things are looking good. I don't know who's behind us right now. It's just Lucio, I think. Yeah, it's just Lucio back here. Being very careful not to step on any mines. And then Mei decides to, you know, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. And then Lucio is, pretty fucked. You're already trying to avoid the mines that are on the field, and then Mei throws the blizzard down in front of you as well. At that point, you just go, alright, fine. Yeah, you got me. Yeah. That's Moira for you right there. Genji comes out, they're already dead. I just heard him use Dragon Blade right as the last person was dying over there. So, great job, Genji. So I can't really think of an overarching thing that stood out during that game, to be honest. I don't know why I picked up this coffee. I haven't drank it. I've just been holding it for the last 5 minutes. I guess it makes me feel more important. I can't really think of an overarching thing that stands out right there. Basically, I guess we didn't get a lot of value out of Earthshatter that game. But to be honest with you, I don't think there were really any more opportunities than the one that we took. I can't think, that's always the thing I'm looking at when I'm playing Reinhardt. How many men could we hit with this Earthshatter? I didn't see any juicy Earthshatter opportunities in there. Doesn't mean they weren't there, but I didn't see them. Yeah, to be honest with you, I feel like this was a bad video. You know, that happens sometimes. I've already re-recorded this video 3 times. I do this where I insist the video has to be one take all the way through. Because I hate doing video editing, basically, and I'd rather put more effort on, the performance than the video editing, because I hate it. And, what tends to happen is every video I get, halfway through, and I'm like, this is terrible, and I start again, and I repeat that process multiple times, but I've already done that, 3 times for this video, so, unfortunately, that's the best you're getting, because I haven't got time, really, to do another one, so, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord, ask questions more directly, and have a conversation about them, or just ship posts as Trilby on Twitch, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 8 PM EST till 11 EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. If you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, or below middling quality in this case. And I hope you found the video helpful. It's okay, this guy's been reviewed 12 times before. Yeah, he'll be fine.